Hey guys, if you're a freelancer or looking to start, check out the Freelancer bundle from studywebdevelopment.com. It includes a whole bunch of resources to help run your business. Click on the link in the description below and use the code TM25 to get 25% off. Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I want to do something that I've been meaning to do for a while, and that is showcase a bunch of developer-related YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to, that I'm a fan of, that I think you guys can benefit from. And there are all types of channels. Some are tutorials, tutorial-based. Some are discussion-based. Some are live streamers. So all different types of content that I think you can benefit from. And if you have any other suggestions that I don't mention, feel free to add them in the comments. So first channel we're going to look at is DevEd, and these are in no particular order whatsoever. DevEd's channel I found a few months ago. He does a lot of cool front-end tutorials, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but he also does discussion-based. He does some really funny videos. He has a really funny and entertaining personality, and he actually did a video where he bought a website off Fiverr for $5 and kind of documents the experience and the end result, and it's a pretty funny video. He did this one recently, I'm Bad at Coding, where he says, YouTubers like himself, and he even mentioned me, that we do a lot of research and planning before our tutorials, so it makes it look like it's easier than it really is, which is absolutely true, and I've said this over and over, so I can't hate on him for that, but it's a pretty funny video. You see him kind of struggle without doing any planning or anything like that, or even looking stuff up. So the next channel is Design Course, which is run by Gary Simon, who I actually talked to quite a bit on Discord, just exchange ideas and stuff like that. Really cool guy. He does a lot of UI, UX stuff, which is what I like, because I feel like that's really lacking on YouTube. You find a ton of stuff on React or whatever, but he does a lot of UI, UX and design stuff, which is really helpful, especially if you're a programmer and you suck at design. A lot of his videos will help you out. And he does do programming stuff. He does, Angular, Vue.js, and so on. But I really like the design stuff. And he does a live stream called The Negative Space, where he takes his viewers' portfolios and critiques them and gives them advice. And it's just really helpful in terms of user interface stuff. So next one is the Net Ninja, who I'm sure most of you have heard of and are probably subscribed to. If not, you should be, because this guy, I think his name's Sean, he busts his ass making these videos, and I can tell you from being a content creator, and you can see every video is part of a series, and these series are to me, they're more valuable than a lot of premium courses that you would actually pay for. And he does pretty much everything, JavaScript, GraphQL, WebSockets, PHP, even progressive web apps, Node.js. This is a series that's 3 years old, and I actually learned a lot in terms of what I know from Node.js from this series here. And then currently, he's working on or putting out a Flutter series, which I plan on watching as well, object-oriented PHP. So this is the most organized dude on YouTube, in my opinion, and probably one of the channels I've learned the most from myself. All right, so the next channel is, I forgot to click on it, is Free Code Camp. And Free Code Camp is an online learning platform, but they also have a pretty cool YouTube channel. They're really getting up there in subscribers as well. But they have videos on just about any language, any framework that you can think of, whether it's JavaScript, Python, PHP, Java, C#, just anything, Svelte, React, Dart, Flutter, whatever it is that you want to learn, you can find here. Now, it's all different instructors. It's not like it's one instructor putting all these out. That if one instructor could do all this, I'd be pretty damn impressed. Some of them you might not really vibe with, and some of them might be great. So it really, it's hit or miss depending on the instructor, but I'm sure you can find something that you like here. There's just so much content. All right, so next is Program with Eric. So Eric has a channel where he does a lot of like tips and tricks, stuff like that. He also does tutorials, and he does a lot of Vue.js. So if you're a Vue.js developer, he's definitely someone you should follow. has videos on TypeScript and GraphQL, CSS hacks. He does Udemy course reviews. I believe he even reviewed one of my courses. Where is it? Yeah, right here. So he reviewed my Python Django course, which needs to be updated, by the way. But yeah, he has some really cool videos, and he releases content pretty often, as you can see right here, Monday, Wednesdays, and sometimes Friday. So definitely someone you want to check out. And he actually does a podcast with the next channel here, Dylan Israel. They do a podcast called Self-Taught or Not, which is pretty cool, pretty informative. And I've followed Dylan for years now. He used to be called Coding Tutorials 360. And what I like about his channel is he's basically documented his entire career from when he started to learn from, I think, Free Code Camp and like Code Academy, all up until now, where he's a senior developer that makes 6 figures per year. And he's kind of documented that whole journey. And he does tutorials, as you can see, but he also does discussion-based videos about the industry, how to write clean code. He does a lot of live streams, which I tend to listen to, like when I'm cooking or in the car or something like that. A lot of the live streams, or most of them, I don't listen to when they're live, just because I don't want attention. I don't want people to recognize me or anything and start chatting, because usually I'm not even watching it. I'm just listening to it. So I watch them after the fact. So if you're wondering why you never see me in these live streams, that's why. But yeah, definitely someone you should follow, especially if you're trying to get a job in the industry or you work in the industry. All right, so the next channel is Coding Garden with CJ, which is a channel I found a few months ago and is probably right now my favorite channel as far as learning more JavaScript, because he's an incredible developer, and I think he only does live streams, and they're very long. You can see almost 3 hours, almost 4 hours, but he goes in depth. For people that complain that tutorials are too polished and it's not real life, this is the type of content that you want to follow. Of course, it takes longer, and that's the reason I don't really do this, and I haven't live streamed yet. I plan on doing it at some point, but he really like shows you his process, his thought process of what he's doing. He does Node, he does Vue.js, he does these code katas where he does code wars and algorithms, which I've recently started to get more into. I've always hated doing algorithms, but I've realized how valuable they are, and watching his videos really helps you see his thought process. So he only has 15,000 subs. He deserves a hell of a lot more, so definitely check him out and subscribe, and you're definitely going to learn something, especially if you're a JavaScript developer. So next is Coding Train, who also does a lot of live streams. He also has other, tutorial-based videos. I haven't watched Coding Train in a while, but he's very entertaining. He's a funny guy. He does a lot of different things with like algorithms, with APIs, with different libraries. He used to use the P5.js library a lot. So definitely something for everyone here. All right, so the next one is Fun Function, which is run by MPJ, who's a very entertaining guy. I like watching him. He also runs the Travis Nielsen's old channel, Dev Tips, which is a great channel as well, although I don't think he's uploaded much on that channel. But Fun Function used to do a lot of tutorials. In fact, I learned a lot of functional JavaScript from him. A lot of like the high order array methods and stuff like that I can attribute to MPJ. Now he does a lot of live streams and interviews, it seems. You can see he has different people on his channel as guests. He doesn't upload as much as he used to, it seems. And he also talks about more personal things, which I really like, and I try to do on my channel. What did he yeah, this one right here, Why I'm Going to Therapy. This is, this stuff, most people don't put out content like this because they don't want to be vulnerable, and I really respect people that do put out stuff like that because it's real. I respect people that are real and aren't just a character on their channel. So I really respect that. He's also a fantastic JavaScript developer to follow. So next we have Stefan Mischuk. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Stefan he's a veteran and he knows a lot. He's been doing this, I believe, since the 90s, and he comes from I hope I'm right on this, but from what I've seen, he comes from the freelancing and business world rather than the corporate world in terms of development, and he gives a lot of great practical advice that is really beneficial to freelancers, people trying to start their own business. He talks about different languages and what's the most practical language or framework. Talks about how to scale businesses and stuff like that. All types of different topics. And he doesn't do tutorials, but I believe he has premium courses. In fact, I took a course from him a long time ago, a PHP course on I think it was Killer Sites was the website that he runs or ran, and he's a great teacher as well. But I don't think he does tutorials on his channel. But there's a lot of great advice. All right, so next one is Academind, which is an incredible learning channel. Max, the guy who runs it, is incredibly knowledgeable. In fact, he does a lot of Udemy courses, as I do, and he's one of the top instructors. And I've purchased maybe 5 or 6 of his courses. He has courses in like React, Angular, Svelte, Flutter. The knowledge of this guy is just incredible. So definitely check his Udemy courses out as well. But on his channel, you'll find, I guess, shorter videos that are, discussion based. Is PHP dead? But he also does like crash courses, React Native, Flutter crash course, Nest.js, 7 steps to learn new things. So his channel is kind of similar to mine in terms of the content. Ionic 4 crash course. So if you like my channel, you probably like his. And his Udemy courses are fantastic. They're long, but they're very in depth, and you learn a lot. So definitely an educator to follow online. So next we have Real Tough Candy. So we're going to break out of the sausage fest for a minute, and we finally have a female's perspective on web development. Real Tough Candy is definitely a channel that you should follow regardless of what type of developer you are or what skill level you're at. Junior developers can really benefit from this channel. She has a lot of really great advice, and it's entertaining as well. She has a really unique style in editing skills, and she does little funny skits. She does Udemy reviews, course reviews, and stuff like that. So definitely someone you want to check out. Really cool girl. All right, so next we have Coding Phase. And what I like about Joe from Coding Phase is he tells it like it is. He's very real and raw and unfiltered, and I like that. I don't like when people are just, like I said, just fake characters. And he tells it like it is, and he also really seems to care about his audience and his community. So he tries to help get people jobs and get them to learn what they should be learning, and he'll also ream them out if they're being lazy or stupid. He's unfiltered, and I like that. So definitely someone, if you like that kind of style, that you should follow. So let's see, where are we? Next we have Chris Hawks. So Chris, I've been following Chris for 4 or 5 years now. We've talked through email and stuff like that. And in one of my recent videos, I think it was the Stressing Over Frameworks video, I talked about negativity on YouTube, and a lot of people immediately said that, this is a response to Chris Hawks or whatever. And it wasn't a response to any single channel or video. It's just different specific videos that I've seen lately. And I will say that some of Chris's videos, like the Ditch React one, I wasn't a big fan of, but that's just my opinion, and that's just a couple videos that he did. 90% of his videos I agree with or of his viewpoints. So I've talked with Chris through email before. I think he's someone that reminds me of someone that I would have hung out with growing up, and we're the same age. We have kind of a similar background where we started programming later in life. Did like construction and stuff before that. So really cool guy, really like him, and I like his channel. All right, so next one is Joshua Fluke. Josh is another one that people pointed out when I talked about negativity. And yes, maybe a couple videos were on the negative side, but I would say 98% of his videos are encouraging and positive. What's unfortunate is that it seems like the ones that were more negative are the ones that get the most views, and that has nothing to do with Josh. That's something that disappoints me in general, is when someone makes a negative video, that's what people flock to, which is it seems backwards. But anyways, that has nothing to do with Josh. He's a great guy. He hustles hard. His company's called Grind Reel for a specific reason. That's because he's a hard worker, and you can tell through his videos. As far as coding, I mean, he talks about code, but he doesn't really do tutorials and stuff. He does, talks about the industry, talks about making money and bettering yourself, and also calls certain things out. But yeah, he's entertaining and has some unique topics. But yeah, and I've talked to Josh a couple times too. He's a cool guy and someone that I'd suggest following. So next we have Caleb Curry. So Caleb, I just found his channel, I don't know, maybe a month ago, maybe a little longer. He does different languages than most of these channels. So as you can see, Java, he does and he does discussion-based videos and some other unique videos as well, like this one right here I watched the other day, Network Guide for the Socially Awkward. So I like stuff like that. I like getting into personal stuff. And then he has this long Java series where he actually pulls out a whiteboard and explains things, and something you should check out if you're interested in Java. Java is still really popular in the enterprise world, in the big business world. C#. He has, I think he even has some C programming. So now we're getting into really low-level stuff. So someone you might want to check out if you're interested in any of these languages and just, programming discussion in general. So next we have Centdex. Centdex is I would call him the king of YouTube Python tutorials. And he does just about anything you can think of with Python. He does machine learning, AI, he does web development with Django and Flask, just building little tools. He also just does JavaScript stuff as well, but he's mostly known for his Python stuff. He does data visualization and data analytics and a lot of stuff that is just over my head. He's definitely, a hell of a lot better Python developer than I am, and I've learned a lot from him. So definitely follow him, especially if you're a Python dev. So next we have Toots, multimedia tutorials, and he does mostly beginner-based videos, PHP, lots of PHP stuff. He does some JavaScript. He does some C#. And they're very organized, as you can see. So definitely someone to follow if you're, just getting into these different languages. I don't believe he does stuff on like frameworks. It's mostly languages, which is actually good, because that's, you want to learn the fundamentals. That's the most important thing to learn. And he's got a really good personality. Seems like a really nice guy. All right, next we have CS Dojo. So CS Dojo, I haven't really watched his channel in a while, but I think he's an ex-Google developer. So someone you want to listen to if you're looking to work at a big company, looking to work in the industry like that. He does a lot of computer science stuff, data structures, algorithms, interview preparation, which is really valuable. So he gives you tips on getting a job at one of these big companies. What else? Let's see, machine learning Q&A. Like I said, I haven't watched his channel in a while. Even he does stuff with Django, build a Twitter bot with Python. So discussion/tutorial based channel. He's got quite a few subscribers as well, 1.12 million. So the next one is Level Up Tutorials, or Level Up Tuts, which is run by Scott Tolinsky, who is one of the hosts of the Syntax podcast, which is probably my favorite dev-related podcast. Well, definitely is my favorite dev-related podcast, and he co-hosts with Wes Boss. So his channel, he does all JavaScript stuff, React. He does some GraphQL, Apollo, Vue.js, Electron, and he sells premium courses as well at leveluptuts.com, which I'm actually a member of, a subscriber, whatever you want to call it. And he does a lot of really cool JavaScript stuff there. And I think he does like a series every month on something different. So definitely someone you want to follow and check out. And then that brings us to the next one, who is Wes Boss, which is the other host on Syntax. And Wes's channel is it's great, but he doesn't upload very much, as you can see, a month ago, 6 months ago, 7 months ago. But I still wanted to include him just because I look up to him as a content creator, a developer content creator, because with his teaching style, he's able to explain things really well and fit a lot into a small amount of time. So he has both free and premium courses, and his courses are short relative to like Udemy courses that are 15, 20 hours long, but he fits so much into it and explains it really well. So I really admire him as a content creator, and I wanted to feature his channel, even though he doesn't upload that much. But the videos that he does have are very valuable. He actually put his whole CSS grid course, his free course, on his channel as well. All right, so the last one is the New Boston. And actually, let's go to his homepage here. So the New Boston, I'm sure just about all of you know, especially if you've been around for a while, he's kind of the pioneer of the YouTube tutorial programming tutorial world, and was a huge inspiration for me to start my channel. And he definitely by far has the most subscribers, as you can see here, almost 2.5 million. And he hasn't made a video in almost 3 years, so you're probably wondering why the hell I'm including his channel here. And his name's Bucky Roberts. And I'm including it because, like I said, he kind of created this niche, and he has over 4,000 videos. Now, a lot of these are going to be out of date. Like anything that is a framework like React, Angular, Django, I mean, these have all changed so much in the past 3 years that I wouldn't recommend watching these. However, he does have like Android tutorials and Java and, Python web crawler. What else? Just trying to see what would still be relevant here. He has C programming tutorials, which I watched back in the day, PHP, C#. So definitely, C++. So these are still relevant because you're not going to find much changed in the core, standard library of these languages. And he just has a really unique teaching style. And I've seen some people say like, oh, he's not professional because he uses like tuna and bacon for variable names, and he's just not serious. But that's just his style, and it's easy to consume, and he has a great personality. He's funny, and it's easy to learn with him. And I had to give him credit because I don't think I would be where I am today without learning from him and also getting inspired by his his tutorials. So that's it, guys. Hopefully there's at least 1 or 2 channels here that you didn't know about that you will check out and you'll learn from and enjoy. Of course, there's so many more channels out there. I just can't fit them all in one video. If you have a dev-related channel that you really like, that you follow, that you think people would benefit from, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Don't leave the link, but leave the channel name so people can check that out. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Please leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you next time.